What's up, Al? Good to see you.
Al Sharpton?
If you haven't noticed, we might be having some
No, no
technical
technical
issues right
difficulties.
now.
No technical.
Oh, I don't know what
Don't
Marcus
tell
got
that.
going
Don't
on.
tell that.
sound like
You're setting
sound
up
like
things.
sound like Oscar the Grouch looking for a wrench in his trash can. All right, music is coming. I'm gonna turn these headphones off for a quick second. It's gonna be beautiful. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear this, because Marcus is acting like y'all can't hear this, but everybody else is saying they can hear this.
Oh, man,
Mark.
you said I want the quality on 10.
Oh yeah, I hear you. All right, here we go.
Can't say that.
Monolith, Robo, Sonic and Sky, Giant, I defiant ride solo. The hybrid synergy travels inside the five pilots. Earn hand glider, cyber scene is captured in my optic fibers. Mechanical magic, science in the basement of defiant youth. Dive into the truth, doing damage. Rocket bomber jackets, with armored and armed alien apparatuses. They clap energy blasters. My crew is capable with no capes, no cap. They trailing in space, unraveling the truth, proof javelin. Immaculate track, enemy targets for practice. Hacks, double back the tap data, and map the fast track. Baby black ensemble, and that's the X factor. Next to me is weaponry. Intelligence was left to me, intelligence the furious five descendants. Enter the throne that was never given. Stay in the air winning.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
We also got some pages back from Rodney, our colorist. So we were gonna take time to show those, but right now we don't have that much time. So I want to let Marcus. Seems that he is what they call flowing.
You can put them up on your screen.
I don't know how to do that. Woo!
Well, man, you share your screen. It's gonna take away from that camera on your screen right there. Don't put it
What's
on what
that,
you call your web browser screen. Hopefully nothing. Don't update that shit, man.
That's what I'm saying, man.
And you just
I don't want anybody to see my
browser history or anything.
no, my Dungeons and Dragons. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure that out. What does media assets do?
You're going into deep territory you're not supposed to go into.
Yeah, I'll work on that, man. I'll be ready for that on the next one. What's this say? That's inviting another guest. What's this say? Leave studio. No, I want to do that. Yeah, I'll figure that out.
Alright, we're gonna have these characters right here, guys, are going to be talking to themselves, talking amongst themselves. These are two very pivotal characters. Shields has already had her moment in the spotlight in issues. I want to say at least
She's in. Yeah. She was in. She had a little, she had her gangster moment in issue 1, and then not really anything in 2, but I think 3 she had a quick thing, and then 4 she definitely had a remember in 3 she introduced them to the rest of the program. You know what I mean? Oh, are we gonna put the red on those jets? The jets. Like the kids jets.
Oh, you mean in the next page? Their paint job?
Yeah, Yeah, at the end of 3,
Yeah,
they
that
had
makes
the
sense.
paint job. And then 4, we didn't really. Did we really even show them like that?
Yeah, 4 at the end. Show it parked. Jet is parked.
Yeah. And we got it on the Mac too. So yeah. That is.
Alright, so dialogue pages, like similar to last time, you want to give it enough variety, and the real trick is you could do some pretty simple back and forth camera switches, but I like to give them, I like to think of it like a TV show. And if you next time you're watching any kind of sitcom, TV show, anything that's doing a lot of talking between characters, you can notice and pay attention. The shots between dialogue are usually they try to come up with something creative, especially depending on the actual tone. So you'll get creative shots. Wonder Man did some really good job, really good takes. There was a lot of dialogue in that show, and they got praised for it. A lot of the fans, they were like, "Yo, cinematography is fantastic. Shots they chose, very, very interesting and memorable shots." So, how long has it been? I can spoil that show. Right?
Yeah.
Go watch it.
I was laughing because it was a dude that came on like one of the nerd groups, and he was like, "Wonder Man must have been trash. I don't see nobody talking about it." And then they dragged his ass for like 8 minutes. Like, nah, man, we been watching. It was I had fun, very much fun. So to heck with that. Oh no, that's too big. All right. So Harold is random question. Knowing that Marcus has shared. Be quiet. Let me answer the question. Random question. Knowing that Marcus has shared story snippets with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Thundercats, Dragon Ball Z, Popeye, and more, would either of you consider dipping a toe into some GoBot stuff? I tried watching an episode on Tubi the other day. It was hard, and I did watch it when I was younger. I would rock with, like, I think if say you gave like somebody hired like me and Marcus to do some GoBot stuff and he wanted to do it, I would rock it out. I liked GoBots. I owned the first season on iTunes or whatever it's called, and I still think it's okay. I think one of the things automatically, like, Transformers didn't have no little black kid in the beginning. GoBots did. You know what I mean? GoBots was like a more contained story because they didn't have a billion characters on screen. I would love to rock something out, but it's just the only thing is because I would like to get people to understand. Because when I tell people, and Harold, I believe that you're old enough to remember this as well. GoBots wasn't, at least where I was, it wasn't looked at as like Kmart Transformers or anything. I almost feel like I saw GoBots first. Their toys, they just didn't come with it with the toys. Their toys were all small, and Transformers had Transformers big as your head.
Come on, yeah, characters. Yeah, I would say the difference was the prestige of having the matrix of leadership,
right,
and the gravitas of Optimus Prime. Man, Optimus Prime kind of pulled it together for me in terms of memorable.
But that was that voice. And the whole thing. But like GoBots was, I'm just interested. Okay, so you said you watched it, Harold, and it was hard. I was watching it. Maybe it's just the nostalgia that brings me joy. But I used to love coming home and lying about doing my homework and actually watching the GoBots, and then going outside and getting musty. Those were the days.
All of the things.
You doing your homework? Yes, ma'am. Damn well I ain't doing homework. I did it on the bus. Good times. Just keep it. Let's do. But this leads me to some fact finding. They said, was Transformers actually just a copycat idea of GoBots? So GoBots came first. Tonka released the toy line in '83, a year prior to the launch of Transformers, which debuted in '84. This is also, Google, so they do the AI overviews now, so it could all be lies. But I really believe, I feel like that's what happened. So, it was based on the Machine Robo line and Transformers released by Hasbro. So yeah, GoBots was Tonka.
Did they have the toys ready to go when the cartoon started?
Yeah, I think the toys were released. Yeah, I think the toys were released before the cartoon.
Right. It could have just been timing, man. If Transformers came out after, right? And then
no, it's
well, how do we compete?
It was big. It's the classic case of Big Bang take Little Bang. Like GoBots came out. They had some cool little. They were literally like, were they bigger than like Hot Wheels? They weren't that big, and but they transformed, and it was like, oh, this is changing the world. And then the next iteration, Transformers came. It was like, Kaya. Now I don't know how that worked in Japan because I know Transformers was basically, it used to be something else. So like they were released for Transformers, they were releasing different, like they were basically using models of different Japanese characters. So Harold said it didn't hit like Thundar. Thundar is insane too, though, man. There's that. I don't know if we talked about it here or if I was on another podcast, but there's the episode where what's her name? Ariel, however you say it. She was like trying to get Thundar's approval. Like it was just. It was. I think Thundar was like had said something about another woman or something, and then she was like, it was just the way she did it. She was like, right, Thundar? Right, Thundar? And then Thundar just rode off like, get away from me. And she was kind of brown, so, it feels a certain way. Right. I always thought she was fine. Like, my little, 8-year-old self was into it. Right. See that? Nostalgia-wise, my brother, Harold is saying this, my brother and I defended the GoBots coming up. Yeah, no, that's a real thing, man. My grandma, Kmart master, so she was hitting us with the toys, and we was like, these are cool. And then Transformers came. It was like, I can't even play GoBots versus Transformers because the biggest GoBots were smaller than the smaller Transformers. It was interesting, but the cartoon I thought was cool. And I do still watch it from time to time, like if I'm trying to go to sleep or if I'm trying not to do my homework.
There you
go. But now that would be dope, man. I wonder who has the license to.
My answer would be if anybody approached me with something that was a reboot, and this is I can speak from experience now because I got to work on Popeye. Popeye the Sailor Man. I gotta say that for my people because everybody thinks I'm talking about Popeye's chicken. Initially.
I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready.
Right. Like I said, because I got to work on Popeye as a comic, and it's like a reboot, but not. It was more of a like if I was able to tell my own version, but as a fan, right? I'm like a true diehard fan of the cartoon. I grew up with Popeye, right? GoBots, I can't say that I was that. But if somebody came to me and said, hey man, we need your help. Obi-Wan, we need your help. We hear you do character design. I would absolutely take it as a challenge because that's the fun part of creativity for me, which is okay. Well, cool. Let's look at the problem. What are you trying to solve? What's what's the heart of the actual thing? And then even if I wasn't a fan, I would still approach it like any other assignment where I'm doing character design for somebody else, right? And saying, hey, we'd like you to make it fresh and innovative and really make it memorable or improve on the design. That's literally the jobs I get on a regular basis. If it's not comic stuff, or even if it is, but I would approach it like any other thing, character design wise. I'd be like, okay, well, honestly, I can't tell you the last episode of GoBots I saw, but what are we trying to do with it, and what was the problem, or what's the problem you think is currently
I don't know if it's
so.
I guess I would look at it from the standpoint of like, if we hollered at the people, like Hasbro owns it, and was like, yo, let us do a GoBot comic, and then let us make it cool, because I don't know if it's just like technically issues with it. I know they tried to reboot it. I just think they're getting they got beat down a little bit by well, honestly, since Hasbro owns it now, they probably bought it so they could shelf it.
Right.
I don't know the full story,
right.
But sometimes it's not necessarily like some of the stuff that gets rebooted. I think it's not necessarily that there's a problem. They just want to like reboot it.
I feel what you're saying. I'm not saying that there would be. I'm just saying if let's say a producer or a director or a writer or whoever came to me and said, hey, we're looking to solve creative design issue, or we want to redesign. So I look at those as creative problems, not necessarily like there's a problem with the IP, but yeah, any kind of thing where you're saying, all right, let's redo this, then that's a creative problem to solve, which is okay. Well, what's up with, like they did it with Ninja Turtles, right? And so they keep approaching the design. Nothing was wrong with the Ninja Turtles in my mind. So some of those designs I look at now, it's like, I don't like that. But the heart of the Ninja Turtles are still there for the most part. They've had ninja powers in recent iterations and all this stuff. And I'm like, it's not bad. But that's a creative problem. That's what I mean by, if they came to me with a design problem, I'd be like, cool, let's do it. I don't know nothing about it like that, but what you got? So I would take it from there. But any nostalgic, like I think I did a redesign on Thundercats years ago, and I gotta find those documents. Those are historical documents at this point. But I had a good time, and this was just me having fun. And I'm like, okay, it would be Lion-O's daughter. Okay, Lion-O is out of the picture, or he's old now, or he's the spirit version of that. And I'm just having fun, just redesigning it. It would be the next generation kind of a thing. But that's a creative problem where I'm like, okay, clearly it wouldn't be barbarian style like they had it, walking around with loincloth. But I would actually try to modernize it like that. Did you like that new take, that last one? Did you watch that one all the way through?
The last take
that was on Cartoon Network, Thundercats.
It was alright. It was.
Did you finish it though?
I think so.
Okay. They tried to save it like right as it was coming to an end. They got canceled. I want to say midway through the first season or something. They were just trying to save it with design and action and all this other stuff. So.
All right, so Al is coming with the thunder. He remembers the episode where Thundar said 11 is as dangerous as she is beautiful, and it like hurt Ariel. Isn't it? It's Ariel. What is it? It hurt her feelings, and I was like, "Shut up! You don't need that musty barbarian anyway." He just looked musty the whole time. But Yeah, William is saying, trying to remember if GoBots is the book Tom Scioli did. He's gonna check into that. Uh, but yeah, like I would, like if they're not even thinking about it, it would probably. What I've seen that seems to work is to like you come up with your own thing and pitch it to them, and then see if they'll let you do it. But I don't know, because if they're like on some stuff where they're trying to shelve it, like they, and you know, that Transformers universe went crazy. Them and G.I. Joe recently. So,
did they announce anything since they did that?
Let me see. What's this is the cool thing about being able to Google.
It's just it would have worked so much better, man. Alien robots from outer space would have meshed perfectly with Voltron. That would have made sense. If you gotta pick an IP to merge into that, come on, man, go Voltron.
It's just got to be owned by.
They're just from another galaxy, man. Or another, you know, it's not too hard to believe. Transformers are from a galaxy far, far away. We don't know where.
Yeah, it always gonna come down to like ownership, right? I don't think Hasbro owns Voltron. Right. Nah, so.
Interruption right here. There's a lot of things. Look, I'm trying to give us room, but I'm actually excited about the back and forth that they can have. So it's not a lot. We may not be able to fit a lot, and it could be some good old fashioned, you know, two sentence max or something like that. But nothing heavy. But I want it to feel like a heavy conversation. Even if it's just in their looks, you know. So.
Yeah, Harold. Like I heard that too. So the Energon universe is really good. I think they like dominated. I think last year, like in sales, comic sales, and they're getting ready to bring Mask into it. The mighty power that can save the day. Mask. So. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. All right, is Harold? I saw a thing. I don't know if it was true or not. Is Matt Tracker about to be a Negro again? Because I think in Brandon's run, I think he was black. Is that true? We got another one by Al. It says Tyler Perry Studio has a new animation department, and they will be taking spec scripts. And I believe you. I believe that they will be taking. They'll be taking people's scripts and altering them and not paying people money. I don't know. I've just heard some things, but I don't know, man. It might be worth kicking the tires. I have some stuff, like some. So, like, I have a series that I'm starting. It's called Robin Peters. I'm actually shopping it right now, but it's kind of like an urban comedy thing. I have a 10-page comic on my website, but you know, something like that, as long as I have proper representation, I might shoot something like that to Tyler Perry's, because it doesn't have to be fantastically animated or anything, so I would maybe like, you know, take something like that to them, but even then I don't think it would necessarily fit with, you know, his target audience. So, yeah. Steve, the GOAT is here, and Stephen Harris. He said he gets anxious. He said he gets anxious with 7 panels and allergic to 8 panels or more.
I want you to. Come on now. Look, until you get to 11 panels, you can't miss, man. I started counting my panels on Popeye. I was like, is that 11? Lord, have mercy.
That's what in comics they call too many panels. But I think sometimes, you know, you do stuff to get your point across. We actually do have like a lot of a nice amount of punchy dialogue that needs to go on this page. I thought, you know, like there's always the option to do like one panel and have them both in it going back and forth, but then you got to get tricky with this one. Yeah. Right. So you know, so. You know. But yes, what's going on? Yeah, we got famous super duper mega star, and Stephen Harris in the building on Instagram.
What up?
So he's also like a good comic friend. We've got to get to know and hang out with a little bit over the years, and he's super dope. So if y'all see his name on something, buy it. Same thing with Al Hobby. Same thing with Harold Pete. And any of you other William Satterwhite. And anybody else in here that's just watching and ain't saying nothing.
Ain't saying that, just lurking in the background. Come on now. I know y'all. Look, I know y'all working while you're listening. Put your shout out in the chat. I like to shout out. Pretend we're a radio station that doesn't play music. I like to send a shout out to my girl, Cheryl. See, these panels are gonna make me happy, right?
he said 11 panels. If that happens, the writer and I are having a conversation. So on that particular book,
man, y'all gonna make me open a panel and show y'all, man.
Steve. So to tell you, on that particular book, he was the writer, so he can only be mad at himself.
Right.
But yeah, that's a lot of panels. Also, like, I've started doing this thing now where it's like I put the book really far away from me, and if all I see is word bubbles, then I feel like it's being done.
I was about to say, you're not thinking about it. You gotta think about it in terms of action panels. Action panels can sometimes, if you get down to the nitty gritty, get some nice little action slivers. And I do love action, and I do be reading a lot of manga. Japanese people are my teachers. These panels right here. This is what I'm saying. We gotta get this dichotomy in here. I just want to get their personalities for the first time in our series. These two characters. I was telling Greg, I said we have not got these two characters a chance to actually have. They've been in the same vicinity of each other. We have not had a good dialogue, and they're pivotal characters.
Yeah, they were, like, honestly, like, and we haven't, y'all getting some spoilers. I'm sorry, y'all been here, so y'all getting spoilers. But they're probably, like, if you were, like, they would be the two people playing chess in this whole thing that's cracking. So, spoiler alert! If you guys don't want spoilers, then get out of here.
I don't know if they're saying. I don't know if they're saying, but we telling you they're important. That's all.
Hold on. Let me do that again because I had a chance to do the Ice Cube. Get out of here! Thank you. That's all I needed.
Right. And I'm gonna put like a nice little interruption in between their chat. That'd be a nice, kind person. Like, excuse me, we're looking for you guys. Can you come with me, please? It's kind of a nice interruption thing to stop their combative glaring.
We're not cute. Yeah, what's it? You said No, Al. I'm doing the War of the Worlds Ice Cube, where he kept yelling from his desk, just like I am, except for I don't have on my glasses. And he's saying, "Get out of here!" because he kept telling people, "Get out of here!" I forgot how many times, but I know it was like at least 10 times he yelled out those words.
You're right.
Steve said, either way, he's digging the layouts, Marcus. The faces are really nice.
We're gonna have to stay rough for tonight, y'all, because I got a road about 10 minutes. But the goal was to at least map out. I can set this up before I go, and that way you guys actually can see how I can set the panels and keep going. Maybe I'll do this. She's gonna say excuse. Oh, I'll reverse that. No, she's gonna say excuse me. We're waiting for each other. bubble, excuse me, here, and then you get a nice size. So if y'all would stop all that bickering and yapping, come on over here. These two panels are gonna make me happy. Yeah, like I gotta really get the emote. She's shorter than him by at least a few feet, so I gotta make sure she's looking up at him. He's looking down at her. That's gonna make me happy. Then we just gotta figure out exactly how to end it. It's gonna be verbal sparring, intellectual sparring session. They're not necessarily at each other's throats per se.
No, it's just it just like the reader should be able to pick up on the signs, the sceneries.
Right. Oh, I got it. Instead of him because I didn't like this. He's not looking at his watch, or he's not looking at a screen. So what I'll do with this hand right here is he's like, maybe I gotta get some reference, but maybe he's like rubbing his fingers together, kind of like he's thinking loud, kind of thing. I'll get some reference from this one. He's not looking at a screen on this watch like the boy is doing. This was the page we did last. I finished earlier this morning. We worked on this yesterday, but I got the holographic call. That's based on this reference here. This was like a holographic kind of holographic call thing that they're using. All right. But
Yeah.
that's what's happening on this side of the call. He doesn't necessarily need it because of how technology works. He does have an implant on his forehead right there. See that nice little thing right here? Little red implant. I can show you. This is from issue 4. There's this little red thing right here on his forehead. That's an implant. So he has technology built into it. But that would, of course, alleviate having to look at a screen. I'll get his reference where he's just kind of talking quietly in the corner. He's not looking at the screen or hologram. Thing like that. It just looks like he's kind of talking to himself. And our Senator Shields is, of course, eavesdropping.
I ain't been dropping no eaves.
Boom. She's like, talk that talk. I hear you. And of course, she then, as he ends his call, it's gonna be like, what you said? She didn't say exactly. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Listen. 57 pounds. Don't even worry about it. We had a lot of action starting out, all right? From page 2 onward.
Yeah. And
nice.
Speaking of that, before we end, can you show those the pages that we got?
You talking about from Friday?
Yeah.
Let me see how I can do that. Hold on. Let me see how I can do it without causing any stuff. All right. Booyaka.
Wow. Really took you back there, didn't you?
Let me see if I can do this without. Well, I guess I can just do it that way. Let's do that one. Whatever go into take off. Hey. Stop screen. Stop screen. Window. Booyah. Alright, y'all see that? And right here. Alright, we're gonna come on in. This boy color good. I told y'all I'm gonna add some we need some clouds, a little bit of cloud stuff. Got all that good desert. I colored these 2 panels. But Omar finished out that. Got page 5. And I colored page 2. told you this boy good, man. That boy can color very well. It's crazy. He got the swipe. That dude got his hand and his hair cut off. He's a robot.
Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, he ain't that good at shit. Get that out of here. Okay, yeah. Colored that. Got the good rocket energy right there. Smash. You're gonna have to come up with a good onomatopoeia right there. Smash.
But Shagapa.
Got that clear. Oh, I didn't see that. It is good, I guess, that he actually didn't make it exactly the same. It's coming from him. But it seems a little off. It does help actually see the danger, since it's actually not the same color as Zona. Because that's what Aeon is going to be alerted by, is that there's an energy source. Abel doesn't have his helmet or his goggles on, and so he can't pick up on that. So boom, got that colored up. Swish around. We're gonna say swish. I don't know if that's it. Do. Oh, we gotta get the shots. That's what I forgot. I'll get those in post. We got shots. We gotta show shots being fired and hitting him. Right now, we got the actual bullet. The bullet entries. But I want to see the actual ricochet, the energy coming off his shot. Look at Abel coming down, ducking down. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Shoot. That's a good sound effect. That boy mirrored. Do you understand? Okay. Let's just take a second. Rodney saw one panel with this dude. Do y'all remember how I built this color layer by layer on this guy right here? This guy right here. Okay.
That's him.
Rodney saw one panel with this dude and was able to recreate all that, including the nice little, shine on his face and everything. That's what I'm talking about. I don't have to hold nobody's hand with this boy. This boy good. That's what, I get frustrated because I be trying to explain. I said a skilled person that knows what they're doing, man, you don't have to hold their hand. Well, can you give me like a palette that gives me all of the colors? I can, but can you look at what I sent you and then go from that? No. Okay, cool. No problem. No problem. I've worked with Jedis, and now it's frustrating. But this boy good, man. Y'all saw me draw this stuff. I only colored Omar in that shot. I gotta put clap. We gotta do slow clap. So clap. He gonna be talking right there. Look. He got the shine on it. That boy good.
Shine.
He got the glow in there, boy. That's dope. I'm very happy with this work because it looks like I did it, but I didn't. Right. All right. See. Got the struggle going on. Look at this pinch. I don't know if y'all can. I can't zoom in anymore. Look at the pinch. Let me see if I can show. There's a pinch that's being had there. Okay. I didn't tell Rodney to do that. I did draw the lines of the actual jacket, right? But I didn't actually mean to tell him to make it look like it hurt.
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like
it hurt, man. I didn't even tell him to do that. That's what I'm talking about. So we're gonna give him the latest pages, and he's gonna continue on this journey. I can say that this is exactly what I was thinking in my mind. Couldn't have done it better myself.
In my mind. Okay, so let me ask you this. This is not. Can you go back up? Like, so Okoro, like that last panel, the middle panel.
Where?
Like, are those where you're at right now? Oh, I'm looking at.
Oh, you're still on email?
Yeah, no, I can still see it. So, yeah. Are those, like, when it prints, are those lines going to be defined enough? Like the orange on his mask and stuff?
Yes. Because it's on a dark matte, that dark color, that gray.
Yeah.
Grayish color. Yeah, they stand out because they're on a dark color. They'll pop out pretty good.
Cute.
300 DPI would do well for that.
That's usually what I like my DPI to be at, 300.
Yeah.
I always have to hit Marcus up like, hey, how many DPIs is it supposed to be again?
Right.
And then he tells me, but now I remember. I even know how to set it on my.
There you go.
I what is that thing called? My iPad.
Right.
Oh, shout out to the
got?
few people
What you
that have made some purchases since
got?
we've been on.
We got a quick question. We got a rapid fire question on YouTube. Hey Greg,
YouTube.
you got any key tips on developing one's own story for a comic?
How much time do we get, Marcus?
Like it's 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's plenty of time. So honestly, there's two different kinds of like tips that I are two things that work for me. Like it's either going to be like the story starts with a character, or this, or there's a story and I have to put the characters together. I am always thinking about stuff. And so I like jot down like the notes, the ideas that I have. And then I honestly, I make it a practice to kind of step away from it. Like I write out everything, all the ideas that come to me in the beginning. And then I try to step away from it for a couple of weeks. Cause sometimes uh, when you come back, you can be like, oh man, that ain't nothing but Ninja Turtles with gorillas, or something. So it's like, I just take my time to craft. Um, Once you start developing your, like if you already got your characters or you already got the story, I always do an outline to get started. And it can be like a basic outline, but I need to know how it starts, how it ends, and then fill up everything, like start filling things up in between. But it's really weird because one of the things that I have, it just came off just like a goofy idea. The idea was, what if you had like some, hackers, some like urban 20-something black kids that are hacking for the hood, and that was all I had in the beginning. And then I just started like building it up, like coming up with characters and kind of building the world out. And now it's, ready to be like pitched and all that. So, you kind of find something that first, like if your heart's already set on it, then you're in a good spot. From there, you just got to kind of figure out how you want to build. Sometimes the world is a character. I'm trying to think like let's like say like Star Wars, it's in the, far away, like all that good stuff. There's Jedi, and so you can set up those parameters first if you're doing something fantastic or like, otherworldly. Um, but it always will spin back at a certain point. It's going to come back to characters. Like you have to like develop your characters. And I think I try, and I know Marcus is in that same boat. Like we try to make sure our characters are people. They're not caricatures. They're actual people. So, figuring out how to make sure that they're interesting is another step. I'm trying not to cough. But yeah, it's a lot of like tinkering and trial and error. But if your characters don't make you excited, like if you don't get hype looking at your characters and what you're building with them, then it's probably not gonna, do it for anybody else. So you gotta like kind of push hard to try to make sure your characters are like fully rounded and interesting.
Right.
But yeah, I could talk all day long, and if you have like kind of more specific questions, we can jump into that. Um, but I think one of the things that we try to do, we try to tell like stories that at least we haven't seen before, and we try to tell them. So like that hacker story, this publisher was like, hey, can you give me like the full outline, because they want to do it like a one-shot graphic novel. And so I gave them like the full outline, and I'm utilizing several different instances of things that have happened in my life that I've been around to witness, like for comedic effect and like all that kind of stuff. That's how you can get around it. I personally believe that every story has been told in the bajillion years, however long the Earth has been here. So it's like the way that you can differentiate your story is by personalizing it, or like coming up with like unique perspectives that you have a really good understanding of. So,
Right. Show you right.
because like I'm trying to think of like um I've seen movies and stuff, like stuff that I kind of know a whole lot about, and I can tell that like I don't want to name names, so I'll just say the last Spike Lee movie. There were little things that happened based on like a particular like religion, and just like really small things where you can tell that they didn't have any consultants, you know, to tell them no, this is wrong, that's wrong, you know. So when you're doing stuff and you're not even trying to make sure it's authentic, that's where it gets kind of wonky.
Show you right. Show you right.
Man, you trying to sound like Barry White. You Barry Black.
Show you right. I'm trying to get the right feeling. So from where was she? She dropped in book. She was in book 3. I want to get the updated one. This one feels right. Yeah, this one feels right. And she was in 4 too. I'm gonna grab this one and 4. I'm trying to get the most of her suit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can get this one. And she was at the end of 4 as well. Um, for the question I have about writing, and this is where I want to continue to get better as a writer.
Mm-hmm.
Formatting a story from start to end is still an exercise for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I personally, like you mentioned, do you get excited about your character? Do are you excited about prospects of what your character is going to go through? All of that is high for me at certain points where I'm excited about what's going to happen, and
Mm-hmm.
I love the design and all this stuff, but then there's the cumbersome task, and this is the part that is like homework.
Yeah.
This is the part that's like homework for me. I'm like, okay, so now I have to make that make sense. I know the parts that excite me the most. Like in this story that we're doing right now, Tuskegee Heirs, I know
Mm-hmm.
exactly what I'm excited about. But
Mm-hmm.
it takes time and like literal homework. We got to plan and map and plan and map and plan and map. And the whole
Mm-hmm.
time I'm doing like the PP dance, like, ooh, I can't wait to get to this part. Boy, it's gonna be dope. This gonna do this and this gonna come out of here. And that's not until issue 7, And I'm just like, and we're talking. I'm doing a panel where we're talking, and even in this book, page 8, I said yesterday, I said, y'all don't know what excites me so much about this character. I said, he's a problem. I love how he looks. I love the styling, all of that. But what excites me about this character is something you guys won't really get to see until a few pages from now. And you can't just jump to it because you haven't really built it. Or I guess you could. I'm not saying you can't. But that's the stuff where story writing is an exercise for me because I'm like, oh, dang. I can't wait to show you the developed version of this character, and
Yeah.
how
You
we
know
get
what?
there
Maybe
is a lot of work.
you know what? Because I think this would tell me if you're interested in this. Um, so maybe for like issue 6,
Mm-hmm.
like because we can, it's like you can. I don't want to say learn because you already know how to
Mm-hmm.
tell
Mm-hmm.
stories, but I can show you like the script writing process that
Mm-hmm.
that we have to do like when we're working like with other publishers and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that way you can like get a seat, and then we can like write the script first
Right.
and then work on it.
Right.
So that way it's kind of like learn as you go, because there's certain stuff that like there's like certain rules
Mm-hmm.
um that that I try to loosely follow because there is a thought. So remember what I was saying about how like if you open up and you turn to a page and there's yeah, all you see is like word bubbles,
Mm-hmm.
then something's not being done correctly. Um, there are people that have that I've read stuff, with like reputable comic people that say you should only have this amount of words on a page,
Right.
like in
Right.
the on the whole page.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, what we're doing with Tuskegee is a little bit different because the books aren't coming out super fast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we get a lot of people that love the way we're telling these stories, and
Right.
so yeah, we'll get some people that are like, it's too many words,
All right. Let
but
me show
like,
you. Let me show you 11. Let me show you 11 panels, real
uh,
quick. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. I just want to
yeah,
show what
so
that looks like. So you know,
but yeah,
see how
they'll
crazy it
like
goes.
they'll tell you, for the most part, you want to be like between 4 and 7 panels per page. You don't want to have, because you don't want to inundate, the reader with too much.
Right.
Um, that's where I learned, like with DC, they were heavy on, go ahead and zoom out, go ahead and zoom
Mm-hmm.
out, like
Mm-hmm.
give your pages space to breathe. So I'm looking because we had there was one thing because I was super cognizant about being wordy, like on the milestone story.
All right, I'm
But
gonna show you.
there's,
I'm gonna show y'all two examples. Because now, granted, there was a challenge to these. These were supposed to be web comics,
mhm.
and I only had 10 pages to do this. So. All right, here's first. Go ahead, Greg. All right, let's count these out.
Oh, so we can't see them on
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
Streamyard.
right. My bad. All right, and then I gotta go. I gotta go after this. Hold on. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Ooh, hold on. Stop. Stop.
Ah,
And with it, with it. Yeah, stop. Oh, and with it. Yeah. All right, here we go. Count them out. Count them out. There's one. That's two.
oh, hold up! I gotta get it on the screen. Okay, here we go.
Okay, we got
One, two,
one,
one,
two,
two, three,
three, four, 5,
4, 5, 6,
6,
7, 8,
7,
9,
8.
10, 11.
Look, this one counts as 12.
That's enough for two.
That's a small little inset. Uh,
Yeah.
I had 10 pages, man. I was like, I gotta get it to where their story fits. And somehow, all of this was, this is all worded. It's a lot.
So
It's a lot.
I don't know if you guys can see this, because like this is an 8-page story, and like this page, technically, if you're counting correctly, I'm trying to share on both of them.
Right.
This page technically had 10, 10 panels in it, but like some of the panels are like progression type, like action at the top,
Right.
and so you see like very little, words. Uh,
Right.
but
Right.
so because it's like there's so much art that you don't want to block out, but we designed it, we planned it this way. I got like really good, like just from people. I didn't know people would like email you, find your email and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I got
Mm-hmm.
a lot of really good feedback from this one and the Superman one,
Right.
where they were just talking about the pacing and all that good stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, like the story that I pitched, uh, Will, Steve
Right.
said his anxiety's like, no, the story I pitched was way too much. They were like, this is all great, but you're gonna have to cut a whole lot of that because we ain't
Right.
doing all of that. And I was
Right.
like, ew. So, but in that,
Look,
I learned a lot about pacing, just
look.
period.
So this is where anytime you get, like Greg was saying, you get somebody that says, "Well, it can't be more than this because now you're just doing too much." I always go to this guy right here. This is from Watchmen.
Mm-hmm.
This is a page from Watchmen. Back in the day, you
Yeah.
know, you know what I'm saying. Listen, if if you count these out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, I don't know if there's word balloons that goes with this or not, but the
Mm-hmm.
fact that even if there is no word balloons, this is
It's not,
masterful work.
but yeah,
You
but
know,
I
and you
think,
got to understand when to use it and how to actually, you know, you can tell sequential stories without. There's no. I don't know if this has words on this page. Yeah, like maybe they just took the word balloons off. I don't know if this is how it originally, you know, printed. But this is the
mm,
kind of stuff where I'm like, man, I take it
but
from if it works and and the reader understands, then I'm all for it. Listen, man, don't tell me if
but
it
that
can't
I
work.
think, but that's the
That's
thing. I think that you can like you can balance it out. Like if
mm-hmm.
every page has a million panels and a whole bunch of
Correct.
dialogue,
I'm looking
then
for
you
the
need to
I'm looking
be
for the news. There was like a newscaster page on
yeah, you
Watchmen.
need to be doing movies or something. Like if
Yeah.
it's if it's that much. But if you're able to like balance it out, like we have these two pages right here are, they have a lot of panels. There's a lot of dialogue, but we're coming off of action where it's not going to
Yeah.
be as much dialogue. We're jumping right into action pretty much. Steve saying I need to speak to the manager. But yeah, that is it, and that's the thing. So when you're drawing it, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
you can do whatever you want, but I'm
Yeah.
always cognizant of, like when I'm writing scripts for other people, like no, I don't want, I'm always thinking, and I think that's one of the good things why I have like usually have really
Yeah.
good
Ah, I'm late.
uh,
All right.